Hello, everybody, and welcome to Time Isn't Real. We are the Foxfire crew, and this is our introduction episode.
That was way more professional than I expected.
Very, very
Hey,
impressive.
You
I can
did
put
it.
on a I can put on a professional voice if I need to.
No, that was straight
I can see
radio
that.
voice. That was straight radio voice right there.
Anyway, we should probably introduce ourselves, and I guess I'll start. I'm
Yeah,
Nate.
introduce yourself to the class.
Yeah, I'm Nate, otherwise known as the Kakuzato on various social media. Uh, and I don't really know what to say about myself. Uh, I like to cook. That's one thing. And
Yeah, you
I,
make it sound like such a small thing when it's like a huge part of who you
yeah,
are.
no, yeah, I definitely do a lot of cooking. And let's see, I also just know a lot about a random assortment of things. And I usually end up being the Googler of everybody here.
hmm
If something gets said, I'm like, "Oh, hold on," and I Google it.
Even if nobody asks you to Google it.
Exactly, especially if nobody asks me to Google it.
Hey, we needed a
So
resident.
basically, you'll just be Googling something whether we want it or not.
Correct.
We needed a resident fact checker, and we have him.
Anyway, who wants to go next?
Well, Phoenix is the one recording, so
That's true.
Popcorn Phoenix, then. I am Phoenix, formerly Black Phoenix. Just going by Phoenix now, because why not? I used to be a YouTuber. That went the way of the dodo. I am a professional needle felter. That is my job. And yeah, I also. That's it.
Yeah, good job.
Popcorn Kalion.
Okay, I'm Kalion. You'll usually hear people referring to me here as Kuda. You might hear someone refer to me as Kaya. I don't really care what you call me. I go by any of those names. I am a freelance digital artist. I do not know where I'm going with this statement. I like foxes. I like dragons. I make a Pokemon fan game with my boyfriend, who I am now passing the torch to. Giga, introduce yourself.
No.
Oh,
That is exactly what I
For
expected.
Same, that's perfect.
You are that, and you are definitely not in any position to make any demands of me, Kuda.
Okay, that's fair.
Episode 0.
But yeah,
starting
I
off
am
good.
Giga. I am set coder of Pokemon Sardonyx, and unfortunately, the only person keeping it alive at this point.
You know, I kind of forgot to mention. Actually, no, we don't need to do that.
Sorry.
No. Or,
No, you are gonna complete that thought.
Maybe not, Gaga.
not this episode.
Right, fine, but you'll complete it next episode.
Okay,
You'll be held to that.
probably, yeah.
Anyway, I'm Dark, formerly Nebulon Ranger, though nobody here calls me that, not even Phoenix, even though he doesn't know where the name everyone else calls me actually comes from.
Nebulon Ranger is too long.
it is.
Sorry.
Call
Maybe
him
could
Nebby.
call to, but then we'll get confused with someone else.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
at least I'm not one of the 3 different Chars we know.
Good point.
Anyway, I am kind of a musician, mostly a server guy, and 100% a furry. And I like filling Kuda's queue all the time.
You are paying my bills.
I also don't talk a huge amount, but still more than Giga.
Also, part of what I was going to say and didn't complete is because I don't actually remember if I mentioned that Giga and I are dating.
Ah,
I don't remember. I'm such a scatterbrain.
well, news to anybody who didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who watched the old podcast and doesn't know that Giga and I are dating.
I mean,
Appreciation to the 5 people who watched that old podcast that are
Yeah.
still watching this one.
Yeah.
All of those people are us.
Except for that one episode that got 61 views.
Yeah, did we ever figure out what was up with that?
No.
Wow.
I love how we look at that with suspicion.
Yes.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck could possibly be watching this?
Yeah, like the episodes get like single-digit views if it's more than 2,
Hmm.
and one of those is always me.
Well, let's hope things change with this rebirth.
Yep. Should we talk about this backstory of this podcast in general?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this podcast kind of started because Phoenix and I were playing Minecraft together, which is actually where the Foxfire name came from. We just figured he's a Phoenix, I'm a Fox. Foxes are associated with fire, Phoenixes are associated with fire. Foxfire is a thing. Foxfire.
Yes.
And it kind of just turned into us podcasting while playing Minecraft because I went on a tangent about Talos in Skyrim. That is basically when the podcast started, and we just rolled with it.
How fitting.
And then I got dragged into it.
No, you
Yeah, when
literally
Phoenix
fell into
destroyed
it.
the world.
You literally fell into it.
Because Phoenix
Nope.
destroyed the
Oh.
world by finding a flower forest. That's a deep cut thing that nobody here is going to know.
No. The Phoenix Sphere is the flower forests.
And then, like, at some point, we had Nate appear as a guest every now and then he became a regular. And then
Yep.
we dragged Dark in. And
I
you
thought-
might still hear us having a guest every now and then, especially because there are a few people in this server that we're using that aren't regulars but can pop in whenever they want.
Mhm.
One of them is one of the chars we know. So is the other one.
I was about to say, like, one of them.
Only one of them.
See, I don't think of Zio as char anymore,
Right.
so it didn't immediately click. But yeah, both of them are the 2 of the chars that we know.
And that is the introduction to the 5 hosts of the Foxfire podcast, formerly Foxfire Podcast.
Oh yeah, the whole time isn't real thing that comes from a conversation we had on one of the old podcast episodes
Yep.
where we were just like bullshitting about how like a time just doesn't make sense mathematically.
And it
Right.
doesn't.
Alternative name, the Is This a Berry podcast.
Yeah.
Episode
No, that's
2.
a
Did we
future
go with
episode.
that?
Episode 2 is
But,
coming, guys. Don't worry. We will have that podcast.
You're going to see a lot of weird titles of our podcasts.
Yep.
I promise you, they are all relevant.
This is a good natural segue into our topics that we will be discussing in the future. Because we don't have an exact genre of podcast like most big brand podcasts do. We are a variety channel. We will cover topics from gaming to science to conspiracy theories to berries and taxonomy. We're weird.
Oh, the
If
taxonomy is going
it's-
to be entirely me and Nate.
Yep.
If it's something nerdy, we'll likely address it
Yes.
at some point.
It's fun.
Or if it's Pokemon, we'll address it.
That's
Yeah.
nerdy.
We're all
Oh,
Pokemon
yeah.
nerds here.
I don't know. I feel like Pokemon is too mainstream to be nerdy these days.
I don't think so anymore.
The way we go at it, though, is
Fair.
Yeah, we-
All 5 of us are working on a Pokemon game, even though
Yes.
Giga's the only one actually doing anything with it lately.
I make Pokemon cries.
Yes, you do.
Honestly, that's more like 4 of us, honestly.
Well, I mean, Dark's involved with some character writing.
Is he?
I mean, Jordan is literally his OC.
Yes, except I'm the one writing for him.
Well, then you should ask him for dialogue sometime.
He's
Imagine
all-
Giga asking me anyone for anything. This man will appear after 4 months and turn an entire plot upside down and act like we're in the wrong.
Expect the awkward lulls from time to time, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It should be
usually
noted.
me shaking my head.
Yeah.
It should be noted. I'm autistic. Dark has ADHD. We suspect Nate of autism. Yeah. Also, like, I guess just note, I clear my throat constantly, and Giga has a chirping fire alarm. These will be present in every episode.
The chirping fire alarm is the sixth host.
Yes.
Nothing beats that one episode where I started to do the intro and the fire alarm came on at the perfect time and just
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
made me break down laughing.
Another thing that you'll hear us talking about fairly often is a little pet site called Protochroma, which should be in the description.
It is. It should be by
Because
now.
I do artwork for it.
I
I wouldn't consider myself a developer because Wim kind of runs a one-woman show as far as that goes. But I think I've drawn over half of the creatures on site right now.
and I just play it.
You've made videos on it, which
I made
like
video, yeah.
shocked Wim the first time it happened.
Advertising.
Yeah.
Expect a podcast episode dedicated to Protochroma.
That'll be
Yes.
fun. Because I've been getting back into it.
It's fun. It's a fun little thing to do every day.
Protochroma is a game in the vein of like Dragon Cave, where the main purpose is just to collect and raise creatures. You can breed them. You can drag them into the wilderness to fight alongside you. It's just fun all around.
So go check it out. The link is on the description below. In fact, there are a lot of links that everyone watching should be checking out. Since this is episode 0, I feel like we can plug all of this. Kalian did mention the Pokemon fan game her and Giga have been doing. You can find a link to that.
Everyone here is involved
Yes.
in some capacity.
But you two did the majority.
Yeah.
You can find a link.
Because it should be noted, this isn't just the Foxfire crew. This is Ragnarok Raven, which is
Yes.
the actual team name for our game dev side.
That's a fun thing to put on a resume.
Yeah. I literally put Protochroma on my resume.
I don't blame you.
I have Wim's permission to put her on as a reference.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But the other links down in the description below, you can find art pages for both me and Kalian. You can find Toy House pages for Kalian and Dark. You should both explain what Toy House is for those who don't know, that are watching.
Dark, you want to take this one? I keep talking.
So Toy House is like kind of calling it an art site isn't entirely accurate. It's kind of like a character manager that has art site functions and that people like treat as an art site for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, more or less. I refer to it most of the time as a character repository. It has a lot of ways that you can just manage your characters. You can custom profile coding to make them look all pretty. You can upload all of their art as long as it's under 4 megabytes. You can link characters together if they're related or know each other, you can put them in stories, which are referred to as literatures. You can post them on the Toy House forums to make a funny little number go up.
Number go Bert.
Yes.
I feel like we could just have an entire episode dedicated to Toy House.
Probably
We
could.
could.
Yeah.
I have things to say about some of the people there.
Oh boy.
That's a good segment.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
person that I showed you yesterday,
There
for
is
one
some
thing.
drama on that
Yeah.
website.
Oh my god.
This
It's
is-
basically Tumblr, but characters.
This is a perfect time to say we will say things that may be deemed offensive by some people.
Yeah,
Buckle
and
up,
we do
Buttercup.
not care.
Buckle up.
Dead dove do not eat.
But we'll play nice for now. For
Yeah.
now.
We swear up a storm,
Fine.
and I guess we'll try to limit it a little bit, but asking us not to swear is like asking us not to breathe.
I'm the
Yeah.
one who's asking them to hold their breath, by the way.
Like,
I mean,
fuck.
it's
I'm glad that got muffled. I'm glad that got muffled.
Jeez, I thought I'd be the first one.
No, Dark said
No,
it
I already said-
at minute 6.
I already
Yeah.
said mild swear, but I
didn't
think
even
it just
catch
got.
either of them.
Yeah,
That's
I
because
said
we're so-
bullshit at one point.
We're so used to hearing everyone swear.
Yeah, like you don't even register it. You don't even register it when you say it because you're so used to it.
Mhm. I think I'm the least likely to be a problem there.
Yes.
Yeah, because you just generally don't swear.
I think
Yeah,
out of all
no.
the years we've been doing this, I think I heard you swear once.
Oh, I've
You
Said
sweared more
plenty.
than that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Again, it's just hard to notice because
Yeah.
you know, when those things are part of your normal vocabulary, then
The only person who is likely to come in here who does not swear like a sailor is Zio.
But even then, we have him
Yeah.
on record swearing.
That's very, very extenuating circumstances
yeah.
Yeah.
involving characters
And me.
in a good way.
But other links that you could find down are Kalion's commission page, as well as
I
her
love how you
Ko-fi.
just. I
We'll
love how
look
you
at her
just
queue
keep.
and see the wall of my username.
Yes.
I love how you just keep redirecting to the links.
Someone has to keep us on track.
Normally that would be Nate's job.
There's a,
I know.
there's a track?
There is, but I
Did
think we're
derail already?
we derailed like 3 minutes in. I try to keep us on track when it's important.
Our track is basically just a balance beam.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and there's another balance beam underneath it.
Good luck catching it
Jenga
when you
tower
fall.
of balance beams.
We're like a toothpick house, except it's balance beams.
Yes.
Yep.
And 9 times out of 10, the bottom balance beam gets pulled and it all comes tumbling down. We will go
Yes.
on tangents. And I mean, we will be talking about an entire subject probably for a good hour. And then something happens and it's 3 hours later and I'm getting a taxonomy lesson.
Yeah, or I'm rambling about animorphs.
Yes. Oh, that's going to happen.
It'll happen.
There will be a
You're supposed
dedicated
to be
episode.
rambling about Dragon Ball Z mobile games.
But you're the only one who can
I
actually
feel like
join-
there's-
carry that one.
I feel like there's notable like drains beneath the balance beams that we walk on, where like one of them's Pokemon, one of them's Animorphs, and another one's like taxonomy.
Hmm.
Sometimes it
another-
just evolves into me spamming my art.
Yes.
Yep.
In a way, it's like
And there's
Palenko.
also Marvel.
Yeah.
You mean
the-
Pachinko?
I said Palenko. I only know it as Palenko.
Hmm.
From Price is Right.
I know
I'm
it's
Oh.
Plinko.
trying to convey
Yeah,
Giga's
it's-
reaction to all of our tangents every single time they happen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sometimes you'll see, usually me or Nate stream something, I'll usually be streaming art. Nate will usually be streaming some low intensive game.
Alundra 2, the fucking weirdest JRPG
Uh,
I've ever seen in my life.
Alundra 2 is a little too intensive, I think. But that yeah. uh,
I don't think Giga's unlikely to stream anything. Dark
Yeah.
might stream Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Occasionally, you can hear
Phoenix,
Dark playing
I don't know.
Pokemon in the background, though.
What?
you mean Giga?
I meant Giga. I apologize. That's a thing you're all going to have to put up with.
I don't have any Pokemon games.
Words, English speak I good, okay?
Hey,
He
That's-
will correct you, dude.
I was looking at Dark's profile picture when I was talking about you, Giga.
you know, I understand that.
Yeah.
When just looking at something makes you say that thing instead of what you actually want to say.
Mm-hmm. It happens a lot to me. But yeah, I don't stream.
Sometimes I will get distracted looking at my phone because there is something
Yep.
going on in Manaverse.
I often don't.
For the record,
Okay.
for the record, Manaverse refers to a roleplay universe that 4 of us are in, some more than others. It's just, I want to say typical fantasy, but it's not.
Far from typical. I'm not even part of it, and I can say that.
Yeah, I mean you've seen some of my characters.
Oh, I've seen a lot of it. You showed me a lot of it.
Speaking of, after we stop recording, I have art to show. Do we want to cover anything else, just as context, more than intro?
I can't think of anything.
I guess it should be worth noting time zones.
Yes.
Yes.
Dark is at Atlantic.
Yep. Atlantic.
Nate, Giga, and Phoenix are Eastern, and I am Central. So we're all around at the same time, but it's considerably later for Dark than it is for me.
2 hours isn't that much later, but
It is when it's 10:30 p.m.
fair.
Yeah.
We exist across multiple times. That's time's an illusion. Time isn't real.
Oh yeah.
How can time be real if our
Yep.
eyes aren't real?
Good question.
I don't have enough mead for this.
That last 10 seconds was a perfect snapshot into our dynamic.
Yep.
We try to
Dark
stay on.
makes a dumb joke. Dark makes a dumb joke. I sigh. Nate laughs. Giga groans. Phoenix says he's not drunk enough.
Yep.
Just for the record, I'm not an alcoholic. Not yet. Not that I should ever be.
Not yet.
Maybe someday.
If you follow your
Hang around
dreams,
that-
it
hang
may
around us
happen
long
someday.
enough.
What was that, Dark?
Hang around us long enough, and you might well become one.
Yes.
I'm surprised I haven't become an alcoholic yet.
You don't drink at all.
That's my point.
I drink more than you, and I haven't been drinking anything since I got on my anxiety meds because they don't play nice.
Alcohol gross.
I like rum.
I like a lot of things. Not beer.
I like most alcohols. I just don't drink them very often because I get a headache within a few minutes of drinking alcohol.
And you are literally allergic to beer.
Yes, I am.
Nate has a gluten sensitivity,
I do.
which is interesting because he's a chef.
Yes.
It's just playing life on hard
That makes
mode.
it more fun.
Yes.
Because Nate is like one of the few people that actually has a reason to avoid gluten.
Yes.
Mhm.
I hate how people are into this whole gluten-free thing when there is no reason to avoid gluten if
Yeah.
you do not have a sensitivity to it.
truly the modern day MSG scare.
Yeah. But no, for me, it's just a mild allergy that causes, I think they're called papules, just itchy
Yep.
bumps.
It's a mild skin rash.
Yeah,
I'm allergic to Swiss cheese, and the most that usually happens is that my mouth gets mildly itchy and my salivary glands hurt.
I wouldn't say I'm allergic to it, but specifically Cracker Barrel Mexicana shredded cheese makes me puke.
interesting.
Because I struggle with insane acid reflux, and that just pushes it over the edge into puke territory.
That sucks.
Yeah, if we're talking about just general conditions, sorry, that was my throat. I deal with chronic migraines, which means that sometimes I might want to skip a week.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. We are usually a weekly series every Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, but there will be times where we skip because either Kalion has a migraine, I have a migraine, or some other ailment pops up amongst us five.
Yeah, usually,
I have a
if,
sinus headache.
yeah, usually if Dark or Giga aren't feeling well, we go anyway because they don't talk at all. If Nate, me, or Phoenix is not feeling great, we tend to skip because we are the main three that actually have conversations.
Right.
Especially
I
if
think
Phoenix.
you've done a week without Nate, though.
Well, no, you
Once,
Yeah,
and I don't
it's
think we
happened.
uploaded it.
maybe once.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure if we uploaded it.
I don't think so.
Probably when I was on vacation last year.
Yeah, I think we just hung out that
Probably.
day.
Yeah, I think we were just
Oh, okay.
hanging out on voice chat. We might have recorded, but we didn't upload.
Right.
I deal with chronic pain in general, but usually it's the migraines that are gonna be getting me not to show up.
Mhm.
Like I'll fight.
Also,
Go ahead.
we happen to record on Thursdays, and I get a meal delivery every 2 weeks on Thursdays. And sometimes the front desk doesn't call me about it until 11 p.m. So sometimes I might have to step away because my phone is ringing.
Don't you have like perishables in that food delivery?
The box is refrigerated until it gets here. It can last
okay.
a few hours.
Okay. Because that's something that's always bugged me about having. It's like there's things that could spoil.
Yeah.
Not within that short amount of
Yeah,
time.
Right.
it gets delivered sometime in the afternoon usually. And the latest that I've been called about it is like 11 p.m. Unless I'm just not called at all, in which case I go downstairs after the podcast or right before the podcast. But yeah, sometimes if they don't call me until later, I will have to step away because my phone is ringing, and that's annoying.
And during the times of one of the major conversation carriers steps away, we tend to go into this awkward silence.
Yeah, that's definitely something that happens.
Imagine me driving conversation.
You have before. All of us have.
Yeah, yeah.
Even
All it
Giga
takes
has
is
Yeah, Giga has too.
when
Yeah.
it's something that Giga is actually interested in. Like,
Which isn't much.
well, yeah.
Thanks.
Well, no. If we get on a Marvel topic, Giga is as talkative as all of us. Or if we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
or Pokemon, he is talkative too.
See, if you guys start talking about Marvel or Star Wars or Disney or something, I'm usually going to be the silent one.
Yeah. But this is a great example of how various our topics of discussion can get.
yeah.
We bounce all over the place.
As far as interest goes, I think mine align best with Nate's.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I think it's safe to say I vibe with all of you.
Yeah. Even if you
I'd
don't know
like-
anything about the topic, you'll vibe
Yeah.
with us.
Yes.
I'd like to see the Venn diagram of our interests.
It's basically a circle.
Yeah,
Except that you're into Marvel, and I'm not.
And I'm like the only person in the like main Manaverse group who doesn't play Arknights.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I don't.
I dropped
yeah.
it.
Neither
I
does
said
Nate.
main group, Giga. Main meaning people who show up more than once every 4 months.
I look at the character designs and
I
you
haven't
know.
actively played Arknights for like 2 months because my energy level has been shot.
I'm just not a
But yeah,
big
also
fan.
Arknights is great.
It is a good game. I'm just not a big fan of mobile games that often. Like if they got a
Also,
proper, huh?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say if they got like a PC port or a Switch port or even Xbox, yeah, I'd totally go for it.
I don't think Crazy plays Arknights either. So like the main Manaverse group apparently is Shadow, Zio, and me.
I mean,
Sometimes.
historically, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Something also to note is that when I get onto a topic, I tend to talk loud, forcefully, and a little bit fast. So after I'm done with a rant or something, expect me to be quiet for a minute
Gotta catch your
so I can
breath.
catch my breath. Yeah.
When we get on a topic where we favor and are passionate about, we go ham.
Yep, we all of us do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Then I make a fool of myself, get really embarrassed, and go quiet.
Don't
you don't make a
worry
fool of
about
yourself.
it.
You just get embarrassed.
Like I wish episode 41 was able to go up. No, if I could have uploaded it to YouTube, but the topics in episode 41 would have gotten my YouTube channel canned. And
I
Rumble,
do not remember what we were talking about that episode.
well, episode 1's going to be about dragons and how they could have existed. Where you let me go
Okay.
full
Phoenix
conspiracy
hitting the
theory?
panic button there.
Conspiracy, no. Theory, yes.
Well, it goes into the realm of conspiracy theories with the Younger Dryas, the Great Flood, and what could have been before the Great Flood. That's when the conspiracy theory comes in.
I don't think that's a conspiracy.
It's just what it's labeled. Pseudoscience. Pseudo-history.
Okay. Pseudo history and pseudoscience doesn't necessarily fall into a conspiracy because that implies that people are conspiring about something.
You know, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Why the hell is half the things that are called conspiracy
if you
theories
want to
called
turn
that?
anything like that into a conspiracy theory, just mention the Vatican.
Yeah. The Vatican's hiding it.
I mean, why not? It's a good coverall.
I want to say a joke that Wim let me name a creature because she knew it wouldn't get her in trouble with Daddy Google, but I'm not sure if Phoenix will let me.
Type it in chat.
Okay. I need to
Creature
grab my
with
phone
D.
for that.
I'm very curious. That's why I want to see what it's in chat first before I say yes
Yeah.
or no.
The joke is just 3 words.
Oh yeah, go for it. Let that rip.
Oh.
5G lizard people.
Lizard. Yeah, let that shit rip. I'm all for that. I don't care about that stuff. That's the absurd conspiracy theory weirdness that like I don't believe a lick of. But
I
man,
wasn't
is it
sure if
funny.
you were concerned that the algorithm would pick up the term 5G.
I mean,
I wouldn't be too concerned about that.
no, it's
Okay.
more like that. Those are just conspiracy theories that are just so. Even people who take conspiracy theories serious don't take those serious.
Yeah.
That's like the butt end of a joke kind of stuff.
I'm reminded of Nate asking for extra microchips.
Now, if we were to talk about a certain thing that happened 3 years ago, then no, we can't talk about that here.
I mean, that's
to
what
be
that was
fair,
relevant to.
I
A
know.
lot of things happened 3 years ago, but we all know what you're talking about.
Uh huh.
Yep.
Once we're on other podcasting platforms, then we can let the crazy flag fly. And
One of the
yes,
things,
huh?
one of the things that happened 3 years ago took place in a place that's on my skyline.
Yes,
Ooh.
we will not talk about that one, especially on YouTube.
No,
That's a no-no
No,
subject.
we will
There
not.
are some subjects, no-no subjects on YouTube.
especially
That's
because
one.
I have very strong feelings about it.
Yes, as do I. And we're not going to go down that
And
rabbit
I'm
hole.
pretty sure we have the same feelings about it.
Uh-huh. But yeah, like I do plan on bringing this to Spotify and other major podcasting platforms. And those platforms let us talk the way we wish. They don't censor us the way YouTube does.
Yep.
So there might be some special episodes or extended episodes that go up on other platforms. I would say Rumble, but Rumble is shit.
I feel like we only have to worry about it if we get super popular.
Which I hope we do. Fingers crossed.
I don't like being in the public eye, but like you're the only one that's actually recording, so
Exactly. No, wouldn't you like to get us over 1,000 subscribers? We're actually making money, and I get to divvy the money up 5 ways. That'd be so fun.
I don't think.
I'll claim my 5 cents in advance.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly. It would be fun.
Can I let that money build up and then you just give it to me all at once?
Oh, sure. We can work something out if we get to that
$50
point.
every 3 years is fine.
we can work that out. That'll be fun. I mean, I only did YouTube. Huh?
I will take my salary on a 5-year basis. Thank you.
Do you accept Cracker Jacks?
No.
But like, yeah, it's like I only did YouTube for 5 years and only ever got to 303 subscribers. So let's hope this is different. I also kind of touched on some subjects with games that kind of got me on the no-no list for a while.
Did you?
The Doki Doki Literature Club nuked my channel.
Okay.
I
remember that you started as a Poketuber?
Yep, I started originally as a Poketuber, and that made me hate Pokemon after a while.
And algorithm does not like variety channels.
No, it doesn't. That's why we're sticking to a podcast and a podcast only with this channel. Well,
we're gonna do other things.
There are going to be other things. This is a shared channel. We can all upload if we want. Oh yeah, if you want, we can have Minecraft background stuff. Yeah, it's still just going to be
and
podcast.
Also 4 of us are going to be involved with a D&D campaign, which Dark will be recording
and being uploaded here. I gotta give you all the login information for all this.
I think you can do some sort of Teams thing.
I'd have to look into that. Okay.
No,
essentially, you don't have to have people log into the same account. You can all upload to the same channel. I think you can do something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I've seen something about that.
We'll figure it out because, if you guys ever want to, upload anything you want, this is a shared channel, and the Twitter's a shared Twitter, so.
I will say that the channel that Phoenix links for me in the description is an art channel.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a main channel. It's badly neglected, but there are things like Skyrim and Sims on it.
I also have a gaming channel, but I don't link to it. It's dead.
I have stuff on my YouTube channel, but I don't want to share it because I primarily use YouTube to sling shit at people in comments, just like on Reddit.
Yeah, I have stuff uploaded to my YouTube channel, but it's 2 clips of Alundra 2 that I couldn't find elsewhere on the internet.
To be fair, I think that your channel will not be dead when we finally get another Sardonyx build out.
I'll probably do it here. I don't know.
In 10 years.
I'm gonna be honest. I lost the passion for making gaming videos.
That's understandable.
It's like if we're just doing the podcast, it's 1 day a week. I can live with that.
Yeah.
When it was gaming, I had to divvy that up because I would record 4-hour segments. And I was doing 2 different series at the time, so that was both Cyberpunk and Pokemon. So 8 hours total. over the course of 2 days, and then I'd have to upload, render, edit. I had no free time.
Did you consider cutting down on the recording time?
It all ended up becoming a 1 hour episode, and that's what worked on my channel.
Well, there's also just the idea of you don't have to upload every day.
And YouTube punishes you for that.
If it becomes consistent, not really.
Right, if you follow the pattern, but if the second you go against your own pattern, you get punished.
Yeah.
This is why I don't like
remember,
YouTube.
because I'm a mod for the streamer Casper, and he's been recently dealing with computer issues, and he's been rushing to get stuff recorded because at one point he said, "Yeah, I stopped recording for 4 days, and YouTube thinks I'm dead."
That's how it is. And also,
Yeah.
I don't like the algorithm game.
And he's a variety channel, so that's double punishment there.
Yeah. Like, I had
YouTube does not like variety.
No, it doesn't. And the way they push shorts down your throat now, if you don't put shorts up on your channel, they kind of like blacklist your channel. Because shorts is what's making YouTube money right now.
It's not even that. It's that they're really trying to compete with like other short form content like TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't go to YouTube for short form anymore.
I know.
No, thank God.
No, what I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. A lot of the channels that do well are actually uploading at least 30-minute videos.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like long form content is on a rise here again.
The Casper VODs go anywhere between 2 and 5 hours.
It's
depending
just
on the game.
It's thanks to the viewers that long form content is making a rise again. It's just YouTube throttling, wanting to be the competitor to TikTok and Reels and whatever
And
Facebook is.
And then you have people like me who have a browser add-on specifically to block shorts.
I mean, some channels utilize shorts effectively.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think they're annoying altogether.
Right, but it's,
there's
like,
some good ones out
there
there.
are channels that make skits that are on shorts, and like natural habitat. There we go.
Part of my issue with shorts is that when the video is done, it either loops or goes right to the next video.
It always loops on YouTube as far as I know, but yeah, that is annoying. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But
if you scroll through it, videos will autoplay. It's like Twitter, but worse.
Yep.
Like, when I used it on my gaming channel, it was just basically for advertisement for a video. And it just killed my spirit seeing one short get 2,500 views, hundreds of likes, and the next one get like 2.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of stuff. It's what takes the wind out of the sails for a content creator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, even when I play with your rules, it just all flops.
Yeah, I feel like the first short mostly got viewed and liked by bots to encourage you to make more.
That's what TikTok does.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's safe to say we're all anti-TikTok here.
Yes.
Yeah.
TikTok sucks.
Very well.
I will take Giga Silence as agreement.
I did say yeah.
He said yeah.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you.
I heard you, Giga.
Thanks.
Yeah. My biggest problem with TikTok, though, is the fact that it's literally spyware. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's a propaganda machine.
It's not even the propaganda. It is literally malware.
Oh, I know it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, because like I do scroll through YouTube Shorts, it's a thing to pass the time while you're doing other things. I've noticed the algorithm favoring certain propagandas, so
Right.
That's concerning.
And I feel like that's not the algorithm doing that on purpose necessarily. It's that as people watch, the algorithm adjusts to what people are already watching, and so that, you know,
Yeah.
It's a self-reinforcing cycle.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But I also don't
It's
trust
not like
Google.
it's not like somebody is, sitting there with a thing saying, this is what what we want to put on the algorithm. I don't think it's that. I think it's just
I mean, there have been
how the algorithm
cases.
learns.
There have been cases where videos have been pushed by a living person, like
Right.
the Tonight Show clips, for example. Those were always number one in trending, and they had no views. They were being pushed by Google.
Hmm.
So it does happen, but the question is, how often?
Yeah. I feel like it only happens when there's like significant sponsorship money to be had.
It's all
Yeah,
about the Benjamins.
it's all about the sponsorships and the
Yeah,
advertisements.
I think it has less to do with any particular political leanings.
Well, I mean, it does, but not directly.
Oh, I
Right,
wasn't even
right.
going with
The
political
money
leanings
is
with this one.
coming from specific people. What was that, Phoenix?
I wasn't even going with political leanings with the propaganda I've been seeing.
Mhm.
Ah,
It's
Huh.
a mindset. Let's just go with that.
Okay.
because most propaganda these days is political.
Mhm.
I would
Or
say
at
it's
least
political to
socio.
an extent.
Okay, so it's probably socio-political.
Yes.
Okay,
It's neither right
then
nor
I
left, but I would definitely call it anti-America,
okay, yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
and it's concerning.
On that note, though, do we want to talk about this on episode 0?
Probably not.
Well, it's a good way to give everybody watching a taste of who we are. It's like we
Oh
aren't
yeah,
afraid to tap into political topics. We are political people. Well, at least you and
yeah,
I are.
sort of. We are very diverse on the political spectrum.
Mhm.
Uh, so I'm a slightly right-leaning centrist. Phoenix is slightly more right-leaning than me.
Yes, I am a
Nate, I
self-centrist.
believe, is a left-leaning centrist.
Yep.
Dark is considerably more left-leaning than Nate, and I think Giga just doesn't care.
Pretty much.
Gig is the smart one. He's apolitical.
No, Giga is like firm center.
I love how we
I
have the
mentioned
full.
this before, but like anyone who thinks I'm remotely on the right, my Twitter is kind of required reading.
Yeah.
I love how we have a full spectrum of political ideology here.
Yeah.
We don't have anyone on either extreme, but we do have
Okay.
moderates.
The
is
second you
fine.
go too extreme, that's when you're the problem. I'm both left and right.
Yeah, something horseshoe theory.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, we have variance in political ideology. We have variance in religion. We have variance in race.
Oh yeah, we are. The splash page in the beginning of this episode is true. We are a diverse cast of religion, politics, and race.
Although to be fair, like 4 of us are quote unquote white, and then Giga's black.
Yeah,
So
it would be more accurate to say ethnicity.
Yeah.
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 But as far as religion goes, I am a pagan and an atheist. Phoenix is Catholic with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Dark
Yes.
is an anti-theist.
Well, atheist at this point.
Yeah, you were an anti-theist.
And
Nate is
I'm Christian.
non-denominational.
Yeah, I'm Christian with an asterisk.
Yeah, he is so non-denominational that he doesn't use non-denominational
Yeah.
label. And Giga does not care.
Giga is Giga.
Pretty much.
Giga, true neutral.
Which is weird when you think about it.
Uh-huh. It's a good way to be, though.
Everyone here is American except me.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're Canadian.
And I am the token girl.
If anything went on a short, it would be that.
Gotcha.
Oh God, I just remembered
50
that
minutes
one
in.
clip.
Yes.
I just remembered that one clip from like episode 21. That one-liner that I had that made all of you laugh.
Well, if you remember, we can close with it, unless it's like too risque.
It's the schools to
Way too risque.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you want to see that, you can go look for episode 21 of the old podcast.
A good way to do
I think it
that,
was 21.
a good way to find the old podcast, there is a link to Ragnarok Raven down in the description below. Through there, you can find the full, what would you call it, a catalog of Foxfire, both original version and
Playlist.
second version.
I will say that is currently with an asterisk right now because you made a second playlist.
I did.
Welcome to the Asterisk Podcast, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't upload.
Oh, that would have been a fantastic alternate name for the podcast with an asterisk.
If only we had thought about it before.
Yeah.
But
Right?
I like Time Isn't Real.
Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah,
catch
that's
eyes.
fun.
Nate's the one that did the radio voice, but I'm the one with the radio mic setup who uses it for nothing other than Discord. Help me! I spent 1,100 Canadian dollars on this.
Dark, I think you have a problem.
I do.
The guy with a streamer audio setup who is too shy to talk.
In some ways,
the
I am more
price-
anxious than you.
The price
What?
of being an audiophile, am I right?
Yeah.
The fact that your
Well,
mic
well,
set
I
up,
don't waste several $1,000s on headphones alone.
Fair.
the fact that your mic setup costs as much as my entire computer, just is.
Oh, you don't want to know how much my computer cost.
Considering it doubles as a space heater, I can imagine how expensive that was.
You want the US dollar figure?
Sure. That makes it easier for me.
3,700.
Ooh.
That's
Jeez.
about right for a damn good gaming PC.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a like 40 series or 30 series GPU in it because I built this in 2020.
Now, see, Dark, you may not spend $1,000 on headphones, but you did once launch into talking about how speakers work because Shadow asked you a question about your character.
I would gladly do it again.
We could have an audiophile dedicated episode to the podcast.
That
But I
would
would
be
really be the only one talking.
yeah, that would be
Yeah.
purely Dark talking.
Yeah.
I would be interested in it though, because I am a sucker for good headphones.
Yeah, and I'd probably, try to at least contribute questions and stuff.
My contribution would just be, I like music.
I'd be listening.
You would just be the normal fly on the wall giga.
Yeah.
Occasionally punctuated by a chirping fire alarm.
Unfortunately.
It's funny because in text conversations, especially in Manaverse, you never know if Giga is paying attention or not.
Yeah, there's a reason I've made two jokes about. There's a reason I made two jokes about 4 months already.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
participate, but I do pay attention.
Yeah, you don't participate until you have something that
Yeah.
upends literally everything we've written.
That's better than me sometimes participating without paying attention.
Yes, I'm still salty.
But there have been times where I've said something just in passing in Manaverse, and you did not react to it whatsoever, which made me figure, okay, he's not actually reading this conversation. And I can't tell you what they are because I don't remember. We we actually killed a good hour.
I know, we were supposed to stop at a half hour.
Yeah,
We weren't supposed to do anything.
That's true.
I didn't really
Imagine
realize.
doing anything. Couldn't be me.
You're the one that said that it would be like half an hour long. None of the rest of us agreed to that.
I didn't even know how long it was going to be. I just
Yeah,
assumed the
same.
normal length of time.
Honestly,
Same.
kind of same.
Well, I was just aiming for not 2 hours because episode 0.
I mean,
I guess that's fair.
normally we will go for about 2 hours.
Yes, and occasionally 2.5.
Yeah, now I'm just reminded of that like mini conversation. I think it was on like a Felis stream where they were talking about going along for a couple of hours for something. Oh yeah, it was during the VR chat, the last VR chat stream where they were doing that weird ass Jackbox like acting game.
Oh my god!
Someone brought up like
Audience Anarchy.
Yeah, Audience Anarchy. They were doing the D&D skit, and
Oh my god! I love
immediately
that.
joked in chat upon like the main actor mentioning that it was going to go on for longer than an hour.
No.
Wow, an hour? My regular sessions are 6.
No, seriously. This is more for Nathan than anyone else. We need to find a way to play Audience Anarchy on like voice chat. It is basically Whose Line.
Yeah, I mean, I have multiple Jackbox games, so
I don't think it's even really a Jackbox thing.
Oh.
It was just something that they were playing in a VR chat world.
Speaking of
Okay.
VR chat, getting a model is goals.
Yes. Oh my god, Felis's model was so expressive.
Getting a VR setup is also goals, but I don't have $1,500.
Same.
Either way, though, like I do want to play party games on here sometime.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fine.
I saw like that one time that I came into Mako's stream and saw you playing just party games in general. That looked fun. I want to do that.
It's a lot of fun. I love party games.
Like that fucking Joking Hazard one was great.
Yes.
Joking Hazard is just something that we should play.
Joking Hazard is hilarious.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Joking Hazard is basically Cards Against Humanity, but with comic panels.
I think
It's-
specifically Cyanide and Happiness.
Yes, it is made by Cyanide and Happiness.
Say less.
What?
Nothing. I'm in.
Hmm?
You gotta say less. I'm in.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
And that one time we played it with my friend Juno was a fucking blast, though.
Yes.
So remember how at the beginning of this podcast I told you we go off on tangents? We go off on tangents.
Yep. I mean, we've covered the basics, and now we're just
Yeah.
conversing.
We go off on tangents. I'm pretty sure it's just one big tangent.
Yeah,
after
the
another.
entire podcast is one tangent.
We try to at
Yep.
least keep it on track.
Hey,
I
we
mean, we do try.
I think
we finished.
We went over this, Phoenix. There is no track. It's just balance beams.
Yeah. And
But
I think
when
we've already
there is
fallen
a
from both.
topic, when there is a topic at hand that we want to discuss, we go off on tangents, but we do eventually return to the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So buckle up.
Also, I feel like we
buckaroos.
actually kind of went over everything we needed to.
We did.
Yeah, and now we're just conversing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Giving
It's a
everybody
good
a little
look
taste.
at how we work as a group.
Yes. This is the Foxfire
Like-
crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We interrupt each other, we talk over each other, we go on random tangents. Sometimes something gets brought up that has nothing to do with anything, but it's just one of us had an autistic association.
Yeah.
You get angry for getting interrupted. I say I'm sorry for interrupting.
I don't think it's ever like
Post a dumb
angry.
meme.
No, it's
just-
never angry.
It's never angry. At most, it's mildly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've ever had anger actually shown out of all 80
No.
episodes we
I don't think
recorded.
so.
No, I don't think so. I can get angry at things, but not at you guys.
Yeah.
There was that one episode of the old podcast where I was weirdly sassy, but that wasn't anger.
There was that one episode where you made a joke about us getting canceled over Harry Potter stuff, and none of us actually heard what you said, and you interpreted that as your joke flopping and like disconnected.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. But yeah, none of us heard what you said. We were just trying to get you to repeat it.
Yeah. But I think this will be a good place to end episode 0 off, that everyone's gotten a taste of what we are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where things go, especially when we have a guided conversation. Like we
Or
have
an attempt at a guided conversation.
Mm-hmm. We have at least plans
Or
for
an
the
attempt
first
at a
2.
conversation.
What?
Or just an attempt.
Oh.
Yeah. Somewhere along the way, some attempt that was made. Who knows at what?
Hold on. I have the emoji.
Is it that you tried, Star?
Oh, you bet.
What were you saying, Phoenix?
I don't remember. This is the chaos. This is the chaos of the Foxfire podcast, which is now time isn't real. Because it's not.
Yep.
The podcast isn't real either.
None of us are real.
We're just
All
figments of
you are
your
in my head.
imaginations, Little John.
Coma theory.
Wake
No,
up.
like the joke. This is an old Zedge joke, actually, that everyone is just a figment of my specifically imagination. I don't know why that started, but it did, and it still gets referenced from time to time.
Yep.
Oh dear. But yeah,
Every so often, just someone from Zedge will pull up this old ass joke that like, and it'll fucking break me.
Yep.
Like that one time, Nate pulled that blank card in Cards Against Humanity and put something in it that just broke me.
Yep.
Don't forget the baby joke.
Yeah, but that's mostly between you and me, because you're the one that always says it, and I am the one that humors you.
we need, as one of the hosts of the Foxfire podcast, of this new podcast, I am making an executive decision. One of these days, we need to play Cards Against Humanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's included in party games.
Yeah.
Good.
That's included in wanting to play Joking Hazard.
Yep.
But we have to play one that includes blank cards, because that one site taking them out was dumb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Like, it's clear it's going to the Foxfire channel isn't going to be just the podcast. We have plans for other things.
Yeah.
But the podcast is the bread.
I don't know if those things will be on a schedule.
Oh God.
I don't know if we'll be able to stick to those plans.
Yeah. We're gonna have D&D pretty soon.
Yeah.
So that'll probably be on a schedule, because that's on a schedule of when we would play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I panicked shortly before this episode because I thought episode 0 meant session 0, and I had nothing done.
Yeah, he thought. I just put a general reminder out today that we were doing episode 0, and everyone needs to be there. And Dark panics because he didn't realize that we were in the Foxfire server, and he thought that I meant D&D.
Nope.
I'm not ready for D&D.
Yeah.
All I got is my character done. I don't have any of the stats done because I don't know how to do that shit.
Oh, that'll be session 0 thing.
Right. Yeah. So
I kind of already have my stats laid out because I'm using the prearranged stat spread.
Mm-hmm.
I want to roll because that just sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with that. Okay, listen. I am playing a kobold. I am not risking my stats.
So far, the group dynamic is like me and Nate are the only serious ones, and everyone else is just varying degrees of zany.
Yep.
And Nate's character can pick up my character one-handed.
Yeah.
And I just want to give everybody a jetpack.
Yeah, you're going to give the kobold a jetpack, and that is mildly terrifying.
Hey, I'm partially trying to. I'm doing research to try to figure out how I can just make a mecha suit. Because I'll just be.
Me and my friend Juna are playing twins.
It's
at furries at that rate.
Yeah.
Because
It's-
Juno doesn't
Literally
play anything
everyone
other
in
than
this
furry.
fucking D&D group is a furry except Nate.
Wim isn't a furry.
technically I'm not.
Like in the actual character group.
Oh,
Okay, fair.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I'm an Aarakocra. I'm
Yeah.
a Birdman.
Okay, so yeah, all the characters are some degree of furry, even though one's a kobold.
You're a scale.
But also, like,
a blue giant.
but also like Juno doesn't play anything but furries. I remember that from when she was actually role playing on Zedge.
She hasn't changed.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the wildest.
No, I just
D&D
remember her
ever.
coming into just role play saying, "Can I play a furry?"
This is gonna be the coolest D&D ever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for the record, for people that haven't realized it by now, Dark and I are both furries.
It's going to be a D&D disaster.
I thought you were going to make a different joke there.
I mean, you got me.
I'm
Who's,
just gonna type it out because I don't think I could keep a straight face.
I mean, you have me who's never played D&D in his life, and I'm playing an artificer Aarakocra, and all I'm trying to do is like, what magic spell can I put on an item?
What an intro to D&D. Playing
Right.
the most complicated class in 5e.
Yeah. Just because I just want to roleplay as a toy maker who's just trying to be immortal by making himself a metal body.
Yeah,
And I am monk,
Yeah.
but I use sword.
which is not how monks work, but you made it work.
Hey, an artificer can make
Yeah, it's a-
special armor for a monk.
It's monk traditions.
Why punch
And-
enemy when you can sword enemy?
Hi, Zio.
But yeah, and I'm playing a druid that's inspired more by like Native American and kind of Central Asian medicine men instead of
That is
you know.
such a combination.
It is.
And also, I have a funny gimmick planned, but I'm not telling anybody
Oh,
about
no.
it because it's going to be the funniest. Well, not really. It's going to be funny at least a little bit the first time it happens.
Oh boy, and I'm coughing. Hold on. I am playing a kobold rogue who is actually my second attempt at this character because I played him once in second edition, and his personality was walking key, and he died running into a curtain. But I'm actually going to play him correctly this time, hopefully.
I am playing like almost super serious monk man who is the twin brother of extremely anxious, almost lawyer-like wizard girl.
Both of whom are dogs.
Yes,
Well, wolves, I think, specifically.
jackals.
Oh, okay. Well, technically, like, if they're based on Anubis, it's probably actually a wolf.
God damn it. Let's not get into that.
Yeah, I'll save that for the taxonomy episode.
Yeah.
Taxonomy episode? You're naive thinking there's only going to be one.
One per season.
And meanwhile, my Aarakocra is Toygo Burr.
My kobold is there's a dragon in my head talking to me. It's not actually. It's complicated.
Like I said, this is
But
going to
yeah,
be
I-
absurd. Awesome.
Yeah, I still need to do like a character specific backstory, but like I put way too much effort into like the cultural backstory.
I mean, that's fine.
yeah.
I still need to write backstory in general.
I need to just make the doc that Wim told us all to make.
You mean the one I
Ah.
made?
I have a doc, but it's blank. The
I have Lox's Toy House page. There's nothing on it, but I have it.
Why am I one of the people who's put considerable effort into this already.
Because you're you.
I mean,
It's
my
also not that I haven't put effort into it. It's that my brain has been mush recently, and I haven't been
Ah.
able to think of backstory.
my entire character's backstory is done. I just got to paint the mini.
Yeah, you got that shit done in like one day.
I write fast.
I know that we don't need them, but I got dice.
I want to order some dice.
I have my metal dice in my living room. I make dice
Like
now,
I
too.
actually bought the dice because like I did this assigning something to your character thing on Toy House, and there was a thread for dice, and someone assigned some really cool black dice with blue dragon eyes in the middle to Jason, and I had to buy them because they were so cool.
You gotta send a pic after we're done recording because I want to
Oh,
see.
they're on Jason's Toy House page.
Oh, okay. Because I have an unhealthy obsession with dice.
Dar, do you mind grabbing the art or physical objects and art tab that Jason has?
Sure, hold on.
Thank you.
I'm not really in a position where I can move my mouse very much.
It's just like I have an obsession. I don't know if it's unhealthy or not yet, but I have an obsession with dice. And
How much money have you spent on them?
Yeah, I was about to ask that same thing.
less than you think, but more than I care to admit. Oh, they're so nice. Oh, and they come with a little
Over
metal
how
tin.
long?
Oh, those are beautiful.
Over how long?
My dice? Years. I've
Yeah.
been obsessed with them before. I was little when I got my first D20, and I didn't understand.
Okay, you probably
it.
don't have a problem then if it's just over a long period of time.
Oh, those dice are gorgeous, though.
Yeah, I think they're handmade.
Yeah, to get the orb inside the D20, 100% handmade.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that.
I
It's mobile
do.
and everything. It's a liquid core.
Oh, I know how to do it. I don't have the mold for it. Because I recently got a dice mold, and I made dice as Christmas presents for some of my friends.
Because it's not like how you made the void core. It's an actual liquid inside the resin with a fucking marble in it.
It's not. It's not as complicated as you think. It just needs a special mold to do it.
Ah, okay.
Is there just like a little tiny spike in the mold?
No, it's more like it's like a instead of like dice are usually, depending on what they are, it's a 1-part or 2-part mold. That's a 3-part mold.
For the record, Nate.
Oh, okay.
The marble moves.
Right.
So I don't know if a spike would do much.
I was just thinking that like a little thing on the outside of the mold going into the center would.
Okay.
No, the kind that have liquid centers, you have a shell mold, a core mold, and then the marble mold.
Ah.
And those molds are really, really expensive. Because I was looking at getting a set of 2-piece molds to make so I could do specialty dice and stuff. They're like $230 for the mold.
Yeah, the dice were only like $25.
That's a good deal.
They were on sale from like 30 something. I want to say.
That's still nice. That's a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I can link you the shop if you want.
Yes, please, because
after we stop recording, because again, I'm not in a position to move my mouse.
Yes, and I am.
Remember when like 20 minutes ago we were like, "Hey, we should probably end soon."
Yes, so we're an hour and 15, and I'm wrapping this up. So if you are excited to see where we go with this Time Isn't Real podcast, be sure to leave a like.
To see where we go.
I'm excited to see where we go too. Be sure to leave a like and share around. This is a new channel, so we need your help to grow. YouTube already puts the kibosh on new channels, on small channels. Help us beat the algorithm. Help us beat YouTube, and help us grow.
Yeah.
Help us beat Susan Wojcik. That's another old joke from the old podcast.
That's a deep cut. And like I would always say in the old podcast, be sure to check out every link down in the description below. Each one is important as the next, and it helps support everyone here. And this
Even
is,
though there is only like 3 people linked.
I mean, the game is for Giga and you.
Well, yeah.
Protochrome was for Wim, but she's not here.
Also for me, because I make money for making creatures.
That's true. It's also for you. Nate is really the only one absent with anything to link to.
I mean, you could link my Twitter.
If you want me to, I can.
You really
Fine with
gotta
me.
get like some sort of online store for baking goods. I would link the hell out of that.
There is legal issues with that.
Yeah.
I know, but I would still link the hell out of it. I would support you. I would buy those white chocolate brownies. I just want white chocolate brownies, man.
Okay, someone wrap us up.
No.